Right then people, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. If you are an Aston Martin owner and you think that everything is perfect with these cars, then this is probably not the video for you. Don't go in the comment section telling me how wrong I am, because all these points I'm about to raise are very valid for any Aston Martin owner that owns an Aston Martin that was developed in the Gaydon era. So then these problems what I've got, you know, I could rant on about specific problems to me, like the fact that it's not got Isofix in this seat, so I need to strap my child in with a belt over a normal seat. I like Isofix, it makes things easier. But I know they're not relevant to everyone, so all these ones I'm going to go through, they are going to be relevant to everyone. And if you are thinking about buying an Aston Martin, this might be a good little video just to show you that not everything is as rose-tinted as it seems. So number one on this list is a personal reoccurring annoyance of mine, and that is the rear tail lights. The rear tail lights on these Aston Martins are one, not vented, and two, they leak. So they're developed as a sealed unit, but that sealed unit doesn't stay sealed for very long, to the point where mine were leaking. They got replaced under Aston Martin warranty, which is great. I now have new rear lights, but then and they were fitted by Aston Martin professionals, so anyone saying that they were over-tightened, well, I should hope not. Then within a couple of months, they're now leaking again, or they've got condensation in them. You know, they don't fill up with water, like, it's just not a nice thing to see. You've got this nice clean car, and in my opinion, one of the best looking cars around. The rear end is an exceptionally nice bit of this car, and then you've got mist or fog inside those rear lights, which, you know, it's a known problem. If you want to replace your tail lights, guess what? You're going to replace them with the exact same ones that Aston Martin make. If you want to get them repaired externally, you can do. But again, you're just delaying the problem. The only real way to fix it is to vent them, which it is a solution. But I just would have thought that, you know, these lights have been used on several different variants of Aston Martin. You know, they're the same ones on the DB9, same ones on the Vantage. They've gone through various iterations. They do red ones, silver ones, etc. And not once has that problem been fixed. An annoyance of mine. But yeah, on to the next. Number two, I know it kind of leads on from this second one, but it's the build quality, but more so the build quality of the interior. Now, obviously I didn't buy this car new. I was very fortunate to get this car crash damaged, so I got this car at a fraction of the cost what somebody got this from the factory. But once upon a time, somebody walked into Aston Martin and paid £100,000 or more for this. Now, that, for me, I would be very, very annoyed at the quality of some of these interior pieces. Just take these door cards, for example. Now, I got these repaired on Aston Martin warranty again, but these door cards are held in place by glue, and the glue looks like no more nails, like what I would stick a skirting board on. It is sporadically placed behind it, and I'm pretty certain when they repaired it, they just put more glue on it. Now, maybe I've got high expectations because I've come from the German market, and the majority of the work I've done on cars is on German cars, but I don't know, I just feel like these door cards should be returned in with some fixing or some clip. It wouldn't be difficult to do, but somebody decided glue is the way for that. And also, just too many things are stuck on. So I'm missing a tab where my key goes. On top of my key, it should say engine. That is stuck on with basically double-sided tape. I'm sure it's got some Aston Martin branding double-sided tape that means that it's a little bit better, but you know, mine's lost. It's gone. And now I have to pay an Aston Martin premium to replace that part that probably shouldn't have fell off. And if this was an Audi, that probably wouldn't have fallen off. And again, moving forward to the grille, I've had to design a part on the grille that holds my grille slats better, because the original part loosens and eventually the grille slats fall out, or someone could just walk up and take them. And for a grille that is £1,500 from Aston Martin, that's not a nice thing to have. So I've had to redevelop something that holds it a little bit more tighter than the factory one, because I don't want to lose those parts because I can't afford to replace them. But yeah, the build quality, you know, I'm not going to labour on that. There is a lot more examples throughout this. And if you have got an Aston Martin, you've got an example of that, and drop it in the comments below, because I guess some of the people that are watching this are maybe thinking about it. Now the next thing, and I know this one probably is not going to apply to everyone, but it certainly applies to me. Now throughout this process, I've reiterated that I'm not a guy that can afford an Aston Martin, really. I've managed to negotiate my way into this nice car what I've got and fix it up and get it to where it is. But the one thing that really, really annoys me is the price of parts, and not specifically the price of Aston Martin parts, because you're probably watching this thinking, well, you got an Aston Martin, of course the parts are going to be more expensive. It's the price of the parts what Aston Martin use from different manufacturers that then they rebrand and charge you a premium on. I think that's slippery. I just don't like that idea. I get if they were making something bespoke, they can put their price tag on it, but You know, if you can walk round the corner to a Land Rover dealership and get it cheaper, I feel that's not very nice to the people that have spent the money with Aston Martin. Just saying. Now, you know, the counter-argument to that is you're supporting the brand, you're supporting research and development, etc. You know, that is a counter-argument, but you're supporting it by buying the car. And yeah, maybe my money hasn't lined Aston Martin directly by me buying this, but by virtue someone did. And that's how I've ended up buying this car, right? You know, over the months that I've been doing this, I have tried to put a change to this, and I've started developing an Aston Martin alternative parts list, which basically lists all the parts that you can get from a different manufacturer that are identical, or in some cases some things that are not identical but they will work in its place. And yeah, compiling that, and it's super interesting. You know, people add stuff to that all the time. It's super interesting to see where the guts of this car came from, because you'd probably be surprised where a lot of it came from. People often joke about saying it's a Jaguar underneath, or it's made up of Volvo parts, and there's quite a few Jaguar and Volvo parts on this. So yeah, it is super interesting to see where they all came from. Number 3. Now again, maybe a little bit more personal to me, but these cars are getting to a price range where this is probably going to apply to a lot more people than I'm probably anticipating. Diagnostics equipment for this. Now, for me, as a maintainer of my own vehicles, I really like to have good diagnostics equipment. And when I were in the Volkswagen scene, I used to have VCDS, which does pretty much everything. If I wanted to get AMDS for this, it is a stupid cost. I forget the exact number, but I think it was in the remit of £30,000. That's for software on a computer. That is, you know, they've offered the right to repair there, but they've removed the right to repair by outpricing it. I'm pretty certain they have to provide it for legal reasons. They have to have an option for you to buy it, but that's just stupid. You know, selling software for that much, it's just a crazy concept. Just, you know, even if they offered the ability to buy the software and you have to load it onto your own laptop, that way they're just selling, you know, a digital image of that software. It shouldn't be that much, you know. Even if it was a few grand, they would still be a little bit on the high side, but if you were really interested in getting it, you could get it. That being said, there is alternatives on the market, but none of the alternatives will do what the AMDS system does to its full extent. So that is slightly annoying, you know. Although that right to repair's there, it's not for me, because I'm never going to be able to afford that. So the right to repair for me is not fully there. I'm sure there'll be a workaround soon, so stick around. Now finally, you cannot argue with this one. The interior of these cars absolutely sucks. I don't know what it is about it, it's just the way it's laid out, it is crap. The sat-nav's awful, it's from a Volvo, it is awful. Not that that makes it awful, Volvos are quality cars, but it's been donated from an older car. My point being, it's been donated from an older car to go into this car. So that when this was developed, this sat-nav system was already old. The slope of the dash, it just looks dated. It's just something about this. I just do not like the interior. You know, you can gloss black wrap them, get carbon fibre parts from whatever, make it look a bit cleaner. But yeah, this interior is just not for me. It's a nice place to be. It's all clad in leather and suede and Alcantara, and the seats are nice and it's comfortable. It is a nice place to be, but I just feel like a little bit more thought should have gone into this. And the lack of sat-nav, you know, it's there. It's physically there. The lights are on, but no one's home. That sat-nav is I'd rather get lost. It's more frustrating trying to navigate through the menu of that than it is being lost. That sat-nav screen never comes up. That's why I developed the phone mount that goes on the top of it. You know, it can still come up if I want it to come up. I didn't want to remove the functionality because I know that if my phone ever died, I will have to revert to that. But for the amount I'm going to use it, I may as well fill those cracks in, sand it off and spray it black, because that is never going to get used as long as my phone has power and I am not lost. But I hope that was an interesting video for you, because a lot of these videos people are just saying how great it is, and I do love this car, don't get me wrong. I love this car, I love the Aston Martin branding, I love everything about it. This is a dream car of mine, and I fulfilled a dream by getting this car. But it's not all sunshines and rainbows. If you are an Aston Martin owner and you have something else to add to this list, then please do drop it in the comments down below. If you're not an Aston Martin owner and you're shopping for one and you've come across this video, then let me know down below what Aston Martin you're shopping for, and I'm sure some other people will come along and help you and assist with your shopping for your new Aston Martin. Other than that, guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.